Hey, welcome back to my channel. So we are on lesson 149 of Course in Miracles. We are still in the review. Let's take a deep breath in. So we start this session off with, and breathe out. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. And the review idea for today is, when I am healed, I am not healed alone. That's kind of nice to think that when you actually go through this healing, when you get this, when you can wash your mind of all the past and worries of the future, and you get into the peace of God as we were created. There are many beings that are healing alongside with you, because we are all just projections. So when we are embodying the healing, and when we become that, the real me, the capital M me, that is a vibration, that is a projection. And when one heals, it reverberates like a ripple in the ocean. It heals many. And the second idea for the lesson for today is, heaven is the decision I must make. And it is a choice. Just before recording, I got immensely triggered over something so unbelievably minute. And it had to do, and it boils down to this control thing that I guess I have been working through. Never really, it would crop up every now and then, this realization that I like to be in control. Not in every area of my life, but things like planning and trips and itineraries, agendas, things like that. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Control is control. Anyways, so I was doing this lesson, kind of going through it in my mind and breathing it in and meditating on it. And I got home and there was a plan today. And all of a sudden, I'm wondering where everybody is. And they went ahead and took care of something that was not part of the plan. It was part of the plan, but it was part of my plan. But they went ahead and did it on their own. And I don't know why all of a sudden I felt this rage coming boiling up within me over something that is nonsense. Right? Exactly. My dog agrees. Nonsense. It's just bleh. And I'm still, hold on. I'm still trying to temper the raging ego that wants to just go off saying, we discussed this. This was what we were going to do. And why was it not carried out that way? Because now we are pushing back time, and I wanted to leave at a certain time. And I'm just like, wow. Because I have been making some incredible breakthroughs. I mean, I say this all the time. My whole life is just one breakthrough after another, which is really what it's supposed to be when you start to really immerse yourself in this work. And then all of a sudden, it came out of nowhere, this biting, rageful anger of, I don't understand. And nobody called me. Nobody called me to tell me what was happening, but I had told them what was happening yesterday. And then today, it was as if there was no conversation. And what these words that I'm speaking of, none of it has any value at all. Even the notion of time, valueless, that's in the jar. Control, in the jar. We're talking about the two persons, right? The capital me self sitting over here, and the little m me that's sitting in this jar, finding all of these ideas and concepts of value, and they are not. Time, no. We are eternal. The control, the planning, the organizing, them not listening to me. What? I felt this just boof. And you know, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the trigger, because it really does make me put a spotlight on it, but it's like not a light of judgment, but a light of love. It is a light of love saying, hey, it goes in the jar, it's in the jar. And when you really start to differentiate the two, because out here, outside of the jar, that's heaven. Heaven is the decision I must make. I had to actually, and that is the work. And it's uncomfortable, because I want to rage and I wanted to start texting saying, hey, why didn't anybody call me? Blah, 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 and potentially ruining everybody's day because I'm angry because something didn't go off quite like I wanted it to, in perfect execution by a certain time. Wow. Even people that are not doing this work will probably say, oh yeah, that's silly. But not only is it silly, it's something that probably has been part of my personality since I can remember. But it's not my truth. It's not my truth. And it's a decision I have to make to bring myself out of the jar, knowing who I am, and none of that shit matters. The time, the organizing, the lack of control, nobody called me, but none of it matters. None of it matters. And this really is kind of a very minute trigger, but I'm going to tell you right now, as minute as it is on paper, the rage I felt in my belly felt as if something horrific happened. That's like crazy. The emotion didn't match with the crime, so to speak. There's no crime. But it didn't even match. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, I know that this is meant for me. Nothing gets lost on me at this point when it's happening inside of me. And this review is to remind you that make the choice. Make the choice. And it may not happen in a second. Give yourself a moment. And just remember, heaven is a decision you must make. Do I choose heaven out here, or do I choose hell inside this jar where I want to annihilate everybody for not listening to me? Or anything that is not what God thinks. My mind holds only what God thinks, what I think with God. God would not annihilate anybody because they stepped out of turn. They didn't call. They did what they felt they needed to do, but that wasn't part of it. I mean, it's like, we're all in this together, as weird and painful as it can be and really confusing. It makes so much sense. Give yourself a moment though. And you might be dealing with something way heavier, even on paper. Way heavier of trigger, way heavier of a circumstance that your mind, that your ego wants to tell you is way heavier. You come out of that jar, and Holy Spirit, when you join with Holy Spirit, they're going to say, it's nothing. There's nothing heavy about it. And no illusion. big or small. There's no hierarchy of illusions, and there are no hierarchy of miracles. So you think this is a really big problem and this is a really small problem. Spirit doesn't even see the problem. It's our ego that wants to like, oh no, but this problem can be solved, but this one cannot. And Holy Spirit's like, impossible. Not only do we not see your problem, it's already healed, because you're already a healed person. Come join. Come out of the jar. Come join with me. It's all good. Okay. Lesson 149. My mind holds only what I think with God. When I am healed, I am not healed alone. Heaven is the decision I must make. Thank you for joining me today. Till next lesson. Be well.